Hello. If you have always wanted to know how the game of golf is played, or perhaps wanted to play the game yourself but not known how to go about it, this video is for you. It will tell you how to find a golf course, how to learn to swing a golf club, how to play on the course, the type of equipment you would need, and how to keep score. The first thing to do is Google the words public golf courses near me. Once you've located a golf course, you can call to either book a tee time to go play a few holes of golf, or if you have no idea how to swing a golf club, to perhaps take some lessons. If you do not wish to invest in golf lessons, just learn the basics from YouTube videos or from the ebook DIY Do It Yourself Golf, sold on www.mgs.golf. Once you arrive at the golf course, head for the golf shop or pro shop. There you can pay for a bucket of practice balls that you will hit on the driving range, or pay for golf lessons, or pay for a round of golf once you know how to hit golf shots. If you plan to play on the golf course, pick up a scorecard and pencil that all golf shops have available. You can even rent a bag of clubs if you wish to. Head for the driving range to practice on your own or for the lessons that you have booked. There you can get a bucket of balls to hit some golf shots. Basically, golf is played by hitting a golf ball with a club. There are many types of clubs of different lengths and lofts, and their purpose is to hit the golf ball to different distances. The loft of a golf club is how open or closed it is, meaning if it faces the sky more, the ball goes higher when you hit with it. If it faces the ground a little more, the ball goes lower but further when you hit with it. You should learn to use many of the clubs before attempting to play on the course. The full swing in golf consists mainly of the setup or address position, with the club placed right behind the ball. The golfer then moves the club towards his right side, if he is right-handed, till he reaches the top or end of his backswing. Then he starts his downswing, connects the ball at an event known as impact, and continues the follow-through movement of the swing to its natural end, which is known as the finish position. The length of the backswing, and therefore the follow-through, depends on whether a golfer is making a full swing, such as the one I just described, or a partial swing. Some examples of partial swings are the pitch shot, the chip shot, and the putt. Once you have mastered the basic shot types, you are ready to go on the golf course. Before doing so, it is useful to look up the official rules of golf publication or other versions of it online. You should know a bit about the rules and etiquette of playing golf. Most importantly, you should have a basic understanding of golf etiquette, which is designed to make golf safe and fair to all those playing on the course. The basics of etiquette and some important rules are also explained in the ebook DIY Golf. Golf is played by maneuvering the golf ball from the starting point, known as the tee or tee box or teeing ground, to the ending point, which is a small hole 4¼ inches in diameter, located on an area of very finely mown grass known as the green. A flagstick or pin is placed inside the hole so that a golfer knows where to aim when standing far away from the green. The main idea of golf is to progress the ball from the tee to the hole in as few shots as possible. Note that besides the actual hole in the ground, the entire area from the tee box to the green is also known as the hole in golf, and there are 18 such holes on a full-length golf course. Each hole, as I mentioned, begins at the tee. A golfer can choose from a selection of up to 5 tee boxes which would decrease the distance from tee to green depending on how much closer to the green each tee is placed compared to the furthest one. And older people or females or juniors will typically hit from the most forward tees, while the championship play takes place from the tee that's furthest away from the green. The tee is the only place the golfer can place the ball on a small wooden or plastic peg, which is also called a tee, which makes the shot slightly easier to hit. The small peg on which the ball is placed must be placed at or slightly behind two objects called markers that are located on either side of the tee box. For the first shot, the idea is for the golfer to hit the ball as far as possible. If the shot hit off the tee is straight, it will usually land in an area known as the fairway, which has grass which is fairly short. On the left and right side of the fairway is thicker grass called the rough. Obstacles on the left and right side of the fairway, such as thick grass, trees, and even sand bunkers and water, are placed so as to penalize golfers for not hitting straight shots. As the ball is moved closer to the green, it must be hit with a club which is more lofted, which will give the ball greater height or trajectory so that it can climb high into the air, land from a great height, and thus stop on the green. Once on the green, the golfer will make a very small stroke using a club known as a putter and attempt to get the ball into the hole. Note that once the first shot of a hole has been made, the golfer may not touch the ball but must use a variety of different clubs to propel the ball towards the hole. The choice of club will depend on the distance remaining between the ball and the hole. A driver or number 1 wood is the longest golf club and has the least loft. It is used when maximum possible distance off the tee is required. Fairway woods have more loft than a driver and are used to send the ball a long way when the ball lies on the fairway and may not be placed on a tee. The hybrids are a cross between the woods and the irons. The irons are approach shot clubs used to reach the green from the fairway. The wedges are clubs which give maximum height and precision with minimum distance. Finally, the putter is typically used on the green. Golfers are permitted to carry any number of clubs in their bag up to a maximum of 14 clubs. If a golfer aims towards the flagstick on the green while hitting the tee shot and the shot is straight, it will land on a part of the hole known as the fairway. A shot to the right, called a slice for a right-handed golfer, will end up in a sand-filled bunker or in water on this particular hole pictured here. A shot to the left, which is called a hook, may end up in the thick grass known as rough or even in some trees on this particular hole. All such areas other than the fairway are designed to make the hole more difficult to play if a golfer does not hit a straight shot. The game begins on hole number 1 and ends on hole number 18, with the first 9 holes being termed the outbound holes and the last 9 the inbound holes. A sign at the tee box of each hole will indicate the hole number and other important information. The game can be played by 1, 2, 3 or 4 golfers teeing off together. They can either walk or ride in golf carts. Once all 4 golfers have hit their first or tee shots, the order of play requires the golfer furthest from the hole to hit first, even on the putting green. If a golfer's ball is in the way of someone further from the hole who must hit first, that golfer should mark his or her ball using a ball marker or a coin. Golfers can keep their own scores, or if playing in a fun or formal competition, they can keep scores for one another. Scores are kept by using the scorecard provided at the pro shop. As you will see on this scorecard, every hole has a par. Par is the number of shots a perfect or ideal golfer requires to move the ball from tee to hole. That means less skilled golfers will require more shots to propel the ball from tee to green to hole. A hole can have a par of 3 or 4 or 5. The par of a hole mainly depends on the yardage between the tee box and the green. The par for the entire 18 holes is the sum of the par of all 18 holes added up together. If a golfer gets from tee to hole in 5 shots on a par 4 hole, she has made a bogey. A double bogey is 2 shots more than the par of a hole, while a birdie is 1 shot less than the par of that hole. On the scorecard, golfers can write the scores of all the people playing in the same group. After the round of 18 holes, the total number of strokes used by a golfer to complete the course will determine how many shots over or under par that golfer has played. If a golfer completes 18 holes in 80 shots and the par of the course is 72, then he is 8 over par. If every golfer is competing against all the other golfers playing on the golf course on a given day, the format of competition is known as stroke play. Conversely, golfers could be competing against the others in their own group in a format known as match play. In match play, golfers need to know who has won a particular hole before moving on to the next hole. To make golf equitable to those of various skill levels, a more skilled golfer will give a less skilled golfer some strokes. Strokes are given on the holes deemed to be the most difficult on the course. Here's an example. We use a golfer's handicap to determine how many shots he or she will give or receive. Let's say Lara has a handicap of 5 and Neil has a handicap of 15. That means that, in general, Lara requires about 5 strokes or shots more than the par of the golf course to complete the 18 holes. Similarly, Neil requires about 15 shots more than the par of the course to complete his round. On a typical day then, Lara will play 10 shots better than Neil, so she will give Neil 10 shots to even out the competition between them. The shots will be given to Neil on the 10 most difficult holes, which have a handicap or stroke index of between 1 and 10. You can see on this scorecard that the most difficult hole is hole number 8 with a handicap or stroke index of 1. Lara will give Neil 1 shot or stroke, which mean practically the same thing, on holes number 2, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 and 18. So what does it mean to give someone a shot? Neil must subtract 1 shot from his actual score for every hole on which he receives a shot from Lara. That new number will be his net score, which he then compares to Lara's actual or gross score. So if Neil's net score is the same as Lara's actual score, they halve the hole. If his net score is lower than her actual score, he wins the hole. And if his net score is higher than her gross score, he loses the hole. Of course, this only applies to the holes on which Neil is receiving a stroke from Lara. Now that you understand more about how the game of golf is played, you will be able to follow televised golf events better and perhaps even play golf. Have fun either way.